shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet Yah in the air, and so shall we ever be with Yah. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Now, Christians get this attitude, the wrong teaching by these false prophets on Sunday, whether you went to big name colleges like, Bob Jones University or these other Christian colleges, Brigham Young and all that. They say heaven is in the sky. No, it didn't say here that heaven is in the sky. It says we're going to meet him in the air. That's the meeting place. That's the meeting place. I'll show you here in his scripture where it says we're going to come back down to earth, because it's going to be a new Jerusalem, a new Jerusalem, a new Shemayim, that's heaven, and a new earth. But have you ever thought to really understand the scripture, what he means by that? The new heavens, the new earth, the new Jerusalem are all a part of the kingdom of heaven. Did you catch that? Heaven is not just in the sky. You know what? All of Yah's creation is in the sky. The earth is in the sky called the spaces. Okay? And he's the one that holds all the planets in its place by his word. Think about that again. By his word, his living word, which is his living Torah. Isn't that amazing? See? Imagine, I like to have been there when he says, when you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Or I and my Father are akkad, or one. That's amazing. Here is God who came in the flesh, the one who created everything, the one who holds everything together. And mankind had the nerve to persecute him, but he knew what men would do. Think about that, okay? Remember, the new heaven, the new earth, and the new Jerusalem is all a part of heaven. And everything is in the sky already. So, sort of, if you're going to say that we're all going to be in heaven with Christ or Mashiach forevermore, expound, as we say in theological words. Expound on what you're talking about. Even the earth that we live in today is a part of his kingdom. Now let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. 2 Peter 3:10 reads, let's go to, 2 Peter 3:10. I was in 1 Peter. It reads, but the day or yom of Yahuwah will come as a thief in the night, in the which the Shemayims or heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Now some theologians also argue that, see, it proves our point, that God's going to destroy everything. No, he says he's going to melt everything away. So that does mean melt. But you know what? It's just like it says, I believe it's in the book of Proverbs, when it says, keep bringing the metal through the fire and you'll have something for the refiner. That means that no matter how many times you run that metal, whether it's gold or silver, you run it through the hot heat so many times until it becomes pure. See? So that is true. He's going to destroy all the evil elements, all the elements of memory from way back. Then we're going to go into the new heaven and the new earth and the new Jerusalem. It's going to be new because it's going to be renewed. It's going to be burnt up with a fervent heat. If it's burnt, it can be burnt up totally with this spiritual fire, for that's what it is. Yah is a spirit. And then the shell may be left over, and then it starts all over again, or he may just destroy totally everything. The bottom line is, it's all going to be destroyed. The earth still may be here. Most likely will, because the scripture says in Psalms, I believe it is, that the earth abideth forever. Some people debate on the word forever. They say forever doesn't really mean eternity. Well, you could go look that one up, but he says it abides forever. And since it, not if, but since it abides forever, and he says we're going to live in the new heaven and the new earth, and the new heavens, the new earth, and the new Jerusalem, go figure that one out. He says forever. The earth abideth forever. So since the earth abideth forever, most likely the form of this earth is not going to be destroyed. The image, but probably everything that's in and with through it, and all through all the universes in which he created. Now let's get more into the message. It says, according to 1 Thessalonians, it mentions the word rise. We shall rise. Since the entire scriptures was written in Ivrim or Hebrew, some debate and say it was written in Greek. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to waste my time, as I said. Rise in the Hebrew meant goa. Meant goa. There's no Greek word named goa. Goa. Look in the Strong's Concordance. Okay? Which is to be risen or to be triumphed. Uh-oh. Raise a question. It means to rise. It means to be risen or to triumph. But let's keep going so you don't keep thinking otherwise. Even in the English, there's no word called rapture. Okay? It's not in there. It's not in the Hebrew. It's not in the Greek writing. That word rapture says, it just says we shall rise. It says in the Greek, rise is anabino, and it means to rise. It doesn't say rapture. Okay? Not at all. The Greek theologians renamed it rapture to make it move, make its meaning, make it more meaningful. Or in the Greek it's called raptizo, which has the same definition, to rise, or they call it to snatch away. See, Yah didn't say the word snatch away. Okay? He said ga'al. He said rise. Rise. This impression where people are going to disappear and all that, he didn't say that. Okay, but he said rise. Now, if they disappear from in front, if we all disappear from in front of the world's eyes, well, of course, but the key word is to rise. Okay? Did he mention anything that nobody's going to be able to see the people rise from the dead and the living rise? The scripture doesn't say that we're going to disappear in front of people's eyes, but the concept is there that we're going to rise. See, if you doubt the rapture, you better, I learned, y'all taught me, learn exactly what you're saying, because there is a rapture, but not according to the misinterpretations that people gave it. They said, well, based upon some lady back in the 19th century, early 19th century, she made up this rapture stuff and people have been following it since. You know what? Maybe she got the wrong ideal. Maybe she said what I'm saying now, but the theologians or the prophets, you know, whatever, false prophets, twisted it around. Okay? We have to learn the truth, because right here, you just read in the scriptures, there is going to be a rapture. Okay? There is going to be a rapture.